Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, Bears fans. Let's get to the news in what could be one of the most intriguing moves of the NFL offseason so far. There's a serious buzz about the possibility of the Chicago Bears pulling off a trade that would bring Dalton Kincaid from the Buffalo Bills into our fold. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this really happening? Well, sources close to the situation suggest that this deal is not just a rumor, but something that could very well materialize soon. And trust me, if it does, it could be a game changer for our offense and our chances of making a deep playoff run this year. Let's take a closer look at what Kincaid brings to the table. He's a 26-year-old tight end, standing tall at 6'4" and weighing around 240 pounds. The guy is an athletic freak, clocking a 4.71 40-yard dash, which for a tight end of his size is pretty impressive. His skill set is exactly what the Bears need to diversify and strengthen our attacking options. Kincaid's ability to create mismatches in coverage, especially in the red zone, could be exactly what our offense needs to take that next step. He's a versatile weapon, someone who can stretch the field and make big plays, but also a reliable target in tight spaces. Right now, the Bills are sitting at an impressive 12-5 record in 2025, but they've got some cap space issues, around $13 million over the limit, and are facing some tough decisions. Their roster needs help on the defensive line, and with Kincaid's contract extension looming at around $18 million a year, they might be tempted to offload him to free up cap space. Plus, Buffalo has already traded away Dawson Knox in 2024, so they're looking to rebuild their tight end room with younger talent. And that's where the Bears come into the picture. Now, the trade rumor involves the Bills sending Kincaid to Chicago in exchange for a first-round pick. It's a bold move, but one that makes sense from Buffalo's perspective. They'd get a hefty cap relief of around $25 million, which they desperately need to address other roster needs, especially on defense. Meanwhile, the Bears would be gaining a young, dynamic tight end who can immediately elevate the offense, especially in the red zone, where Kincaid has shown he can be a real threat. Let's talk about his impact if this trade goes through. Kincaid's presence is projected to significantly boost Chicago's red zone efficiency, which currently sits around 55%. With the addition of a reliable and versatile tight end like him, those numbers could jump by as much as 22%. That's a huge difference, especially considering the importance of red zone scoring in close games. His ability to create mismatches could lead to at least 68 more receptions, over 850 additional yards, and an increase of about 8 touchdowns. When you look at the analytics, his yards after catch, YAC, average is around 4.6 yards per reception, which is solid for a tight end, and his ability to pick up first downs, projected at around 42, would give the Bears a much-needed boost on third downs. Kincaid's route running, especially on seam routes where his average depth of target, ADOT, is about 9.2 yards, offers the kind of middle-of-the-field threat that can stretch defenses and open up space for other playmakers. His success rate is around 65%, which is quite reliable. He's also a solid blocker, something that the Bears could certainly benefit from as they look to improve their run game. His blocking grade, sitting at around 78.9, indicates he can contribute both as a receiver and in the trenches. And let's not forget about how this could impact our overall offensive identity. The Bears have been trying to rebuild their offense with younger, more explosive pieces, and a player like Kincaid would fit right into that vision. His ability to generate mismatches, whether against linebackers or safeties, could be a real difference maker. Plus, his chemistry with Justin Fields could develop quickly. Fields has shown he's a mobile quarterback with a strong arm, and adding a tight end who can work both as a red zone target and a reliable seam stretcher makes the offense much more multidimensional. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could have ripple effects across the NFC North. If the Bears land Kincaid and integrate him effectively, opponents will have to adjust their game plans, doubling him in coverage or adding extra defenders to contain his mismatch potential. That could open up opportunities for other receivers like DJ Moore or even for Khalil Herbert to break bigger runs. It's all about creating those mismatches and forcing defenses to adapt. We also need to consider the timing of this potential trade. The deadline, set for November 4th, is approaching fast, and both teams are likely to be making moves that could define their seasons. For the Bills, it's about cap management and rebuilding a young tight end room. For the Bears, it's about adding a proven playmaker who could be the missing piece to push us into serious playoff contention. With the NFC North being so competitive this year, every upgrade counts, and Kincaid could be that piece that propels us to the next level. From a Super Bowl perspective, adding Kincaid pushes our odds from around +10, 0 to +3, 0, according to some betting markets. That's a huge jump, and it's a reflection of how impactful he could be in the postseason. Imagine the possibilities: Kincaid lining up alongside DJ Moore, creating mismatches and moving the chains, giving Justin Fields more options and making our offense unpredictable. It's the kind of move that could turn a good team into a great one, especially if we can maximize his talents early and often. Of course, there are questions and skeptics. Some might wonder about the durability, given his injury history, including a wrist strain that caused him to miss a game in 2025. But overall, his career has been impressive, with over 100 receiving yards and 15 touchdowns in just 3 seasons. His success rate and yards after catch tell us he's a dependable weapon, and his potential for growth is significant. In the end, this is more than just about adding a talented tight end. It's about reshaping our offense with a player who can be a true X-factor in crucial moments. The Bears have been building towards this, and if they pull the trigger, it could be the move that defines our season. It's about evolving from a team with potential into a legit contender, and Kincaid's arrival might just be the spark we need to ignite that fire. So, Bears fans, stay tuned. This story is still unfolding, and if it happens, it'll be one of the most exciting developments of the year. We're talking about a move that could shift the balance of power in the NFC North and give us a real shot at reaching the Super Bowl. The offseason is always full of surprises, but this one could be the game changer we've been waiting for. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Bears front office has shown a willingness to be aggressive this offseason, and adding a player like Kincaid would be a clear signal that they're serious about contending sooner rather than later. The division is getting tougher. Vikings, Packers, Lions, all have made significant moves, and we need to answer back with bold steps. Acquiring Kincaid would not only improve our offense immediately, but also send a message to the rest of the league that the Bears are here to compete. And don't forget, this isn't just about this season. Building around young talent like Kincaid sets us up for sustained success in the future. His potential to develop into a top-tier tight end could change the way we attack for years to come. Imagine the possibilities: dynamic formations, multiple tight end sets, and the ability to adapt to any defensive scheme. It's the kind of upgrade that can keep the Bears competitive and exciting for many seasons. Of course, there are still hurdles to clear before this trade becomes reality, but the signs are pointing in that direction. The Bills are in a rebuild phase, and with their cap situation, trading Kincaid makes strategic sense. For the Bears, it's about making a move that aligns with our new era: fast, versatile, competitive. And if we can land him, I believe it'll be one of those trades that fans will be talking about for years. So Bears fans, get ready. The offseason is heating up, and this could be one of the biggest storylines yet. Prospect of adding Dalton Kincaid to our roster has the potential to elevate our offense into the top tier, give Justin Fields even more weapons, and push us closer to that elusive Super Bowl target. We've seen flashes of promise, but with Kincaid, we could be on the verge of turning that promise into reality. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. Let's keep the passion alive, Bears Nation. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and I couldn't be more hyped. Stay with us and let's see how this story unfolds. Thanks for sticking around, and as always, bear down.